Hi. Thank you for joining today. This means a lot to me. So I want to welcome you to Life with Bridget, a podcast where real conversations spark inspiration through engaging discussions and insightful interviews. Just so you know, my name is Bridget and I am the host. Whether you're here to learn, to grow, or stay informed on variety of topics, this podcast is your go-to source for motivation and knowledge. Trust me. Each episode features guests from diverse backgrounds who share their life stories, achievements, and valuable advice. From personal development to professional success, our guests offer a wealth of experience that is sure to enlighten and inspire you, our listeners. We also proudly spotlight the success stories of immigrants, highlighting their unique journeys and contributions. This is not just your ordinary podcast. It is a community building platform where we celebrate success stories and share conversations that truly inspire. Today, we are thrilled to welcome Mrs. Chisom Ezeh, the founder of Publishing Pad Incorporated. Mrs. Ezeh empowers aspiring authors to confidently share their stories and create books that they are proud of. Her vision is to uplift voices and foster self-belief in storytelling. With a track record of guiding over 100 authors worldwide. Just so you know, she has helped bring countless stories to life, each a testament to resilience and creativity. Her commitment to inspiring and supporting authors continues, and she aims to help even more writers realize their dreams of becoming published authors. Recently, Mrs. Ezeh was nominated for the Canada Top 100. That's a big deal. A remarkable recognition of her impact in the literary world. And today's topic is building a successful business, strategies and lessons learned. I would want to officially congratulate you on your nomination for Canada Top 100. This is such an incredible achievement and truly well deserving.
Thank you, Steve.
Well, you're welcome
Thank you.
once more. So, I don't want to steal the spotlight from you. I would want you to just briefly introduce yourself, tell them what I haven't already said. I know your bio is long. So I'll just let you, just shed a little light on just a brief introduction about yourself.
Thank you. My name is Chisom Ezeh, like Bridget said. I am the founder and CEO of the Publishing Pad Incorporated, a book publishing company created to help authors, design their books in the best way possible. We've worked with a lot of authors from different parts of the world, from the US, America, and Nigeria, all parts, to create books that they are proud of. And I could also just share just a brief on how the publishing part came about. This whole journey started from what I would consider like a bad event. Myself and my husband, we did a huge investment some years back where we put in all our monies and took out loans to like expand our family business, and it all flopped.
Oh no.
It didn't go well, and it was like the worst time of our lives. We had our kids school fees to pay, our rent was due, so many things was happening at the same time, and I have never been that low in life. And
Whoa.
before that, I've always loved to write, but I never thought that I would publish one day. Like I was working in the bank, I was very comfortable, the family was comfortable until that happened. And, on both sides, we're looking at how can we raise funds. That was the first time that the school would write to me and say, if you don't pay your kids' school fees, by this time they would have to be out of school.
Whoa.
And for where I'm coming from, it was very like, oh my God, what's this? What's happening? Kind of thing. So I had to go back to the drawing board while my husband too was trying to think of what we can do to raise funds, and just in my way of supporting. Thankfully, I belong to this writing group where I was just there, just there. I never thought I would join them. They were publishing on Amazon, doing great. Well, I was just there. I was okay being there, and I wasn't doing anything until that time. I reached out to a few of the people in the group and, shared the plight with them. I told them I wanted to write, I wanted to publish, but I needed help. And that's how they helped me. I got a lot of help, which I'm so grateful for. Till today, just a few days back when I got the award that you talked about, I went to the group. I'm like, it all started from you guys, like the help that you helped me a few years ago, and everybody helped me. So I would go to work in the morning, work in the bank, come back at night, like 8 p.m., spend some time with the kids. Immediately they go to bed, I'll get to writing. So my schedule was crazy. Sometimes I was sleeping at
Imagine.
3 a.m., waking up at 6 a.m., resuming the day like that. But we needed to do something. And with time, it paid off. Like I started getting royalties. My book became popular, even though I was writing under pen names. So that started the journey. And just a way of giving back, I started to teach people for free how to, write very well and publish their works on Amazon. Just because of the help that I got from this group, it was like, oh, I was helped. Let me also help somebody else. And that's how it started until my friend, Emmanuel, I think he's on this call because he's distracting me,
Hi,
helped me,
Emmanuel. Hi, hi.
and he said, Mama, you're very good at this thing. Why not begin to offer it as a service? And that's one thing that I'm always grateful for, the fact that I have people that are
Mm,
really committed to my success, people that see things way beyond what I have seen. And he said, you're doing it for free. And at first I was feeling very guilty, like I was giving freely, that whole thought of I was giving freely. I learned it freely. People helped me freely. Why do I have to charge people to get there? But then I kept, everybody kept saying you could actually serve, you could
yeah.
still give out freely, but you could also charge for your worth and your service. And that started the journey. I started charging, I started offering it as a full service. In 2023 March last year, I registered the publishing pad, and 2 months ago I incorporated it as you went through different
Congratulations.
journeys. Thank
Congratulations.
you. Yes.
Oh, wow.
So
This is really insightful. Emmanuel, thank you for being a super supportive and hand when it was needed. Thank you. Thank you. Please keep pushing and keep supporting. And now I should paying back, like paying it forward to the community, providing their services, not for free, but for services worth the while. Well done. Thank you so much. These are truly great, like inspiration stories of how you started and, your walk through this whole publishing industry. That's great. Now, I want to ask just a brief questions. What were the first steps you took in establishing your business? I know you mentioned it was just incorporated, like a few months ago, but like, what steps would that be to also support those that are looking to, be on that direction?
so I moved to Canada in 2021 for my MBA program at University of New Brunswick. After the program, again, Emmanuel came with his trauma and he says, Chisom, what are you going to do next? I'm like, well, I have a job. And I'm in a new land. Like, I don't think it's going to be very easy to continue where I stopped in Nigeria and all that. And he's like, why not try Upwork? Upwork is
Mm,
a freelancing site where you're able to offer your service to different people from all walks of life. And at first, I'm like, "You have come again. Which one is Upwork?" And he kind of like he kept pushing me every day. He's like, "Have you created your account? Have you created your account?" I decided to create my account just to get him off my back, but it's been one of the best decisions that I've ever made in my life also. So that's how I started offering the service in this part of the world, in North America. And from there, from Upwork, I got my first clients. And for most of the clients I've gotten all came from Upwork until my name was known and people began to refer me. Now I get people from outside Upwork who would say, I heard about you. I would like to work with you. Just between yesterday and, just between this week alone, we've gotten a lot of emails from authors that were very excited to serve, wanting to work with
that's
us.
great.
So
That's
it's
great.
been a good journey so far. But
Mm,
it all started from Upwork. It all started from working with a platform where we didn't have to do so much work to get the clients. The clients were already there. I just needed to prove my worth to them. I had to prove that I know what I'm doing. I had to prove that this thing is what I can serve and do it beautifully.
wow. This is great. Thank you so much for that information. I know that Upwork. I think I registered with Upwork like I think 2 3 years ago, but I'm just a lazy person when it comes to truly lazy. Well, thanks that you push that and people are learning. So thanks to everyone that are here. Thank you for supporting. I truly appreciate you showing up today. If you have any questions, please feel free to type it, and then we're able to see how Chisom can respond to your questions. Please, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. To my next question, how did you identify your target audience and the niche markets?
I would say in the beginning, I started out just wanting to serve anybody that wants to write a book. I didn't have specifications to say these are the kind of persons. But as I went on, somehow you will find that the thing becomes like the kind of clients that are attracted to you, their personas. I realized that I had like this certain group of people that were always coming. So you would notice if you go through my pages that I serve more of women authors,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't start out wanting to serve women. I wanted to just serve anybody. I wanted to, help anybody write. And that's one thing with business, you have to always be willing to learn and adapt and adjust. So when I
Yeah.
realized that I was attracting these personas, I was attracting women, I was attracting busy professionals, it was an opportunity for me to now sit back and learn how can I get more of these people to work with me. So first of all, I began to research what attracts them, what are they looking out for, what are their pain points,
Yeah.
what would they look out for, like in before they decide to choose the professional to work with. But it all started with me putting myself out there, and I was just, how they say, navigate on the go, just learning as you're going, learn on the job was what I was doing. But now if I had to redo it back, I would say, and which is what I'm currently doing. I'm working with a coach now, just to kind of like fine tune it and say, who are what are the personas of my audience, my target audience? What are they looking for? What's the word that appeals to them? So that when I put out like an advertisement tomorrow, when I run an ad, I'll be able to address their pain points and the words that they would understand. So yeah.
Hmm. That's great. So I'm going to go towards the line of strategy and planning. So what key strategies have you implemented to build and grow your brand?
Oh, the first one. We've done a lot of things over the past few years, and like I said, we've just been adapting. But the first thing we did was we wanted to know what our mission and vision was, what we stand for. So for us, we don't publish just every book. We wanted to define what kind of books do we publish, what kind of authors do we want to work with. So that was the first one. And then once we identified what we wanted to do, we now began to create like marketing campaigns around that.
Mm.
We wanted to create campaigns that address to this group of customers. And the other thing that we did is we also ensured that our customer service was as the best. We always under promised and we over delivered. So we've always, for 99.9% of the clients that we've worked with, they all have 5-star reviews. So when you look through our reviews, you see things like, if I could give her a 10-star, if I could give her more than a 10-star, that's my own strategy. That's our strategy. We want to make sure that we give you more than what you expected when you come to us. And we always ask for feedback. Like the business name, it was a lot of my authors that contributed. So what I had done was I had a couple of names that I was looking at, and I did a survey. I reached out to all of them because I had that relationship with them. And I'm like, if you were to choose me based on my name, what name would stand out to you? And it was beautiful. It was a beautiful experience knowing that I was working with authors that have used me, know me, and they know the industry, and the publishing part got the highest votes, and that's where we are today. So feedback, we always ask for feedback. Could we serve you better the next time that you come? What can we do better to ensure that you can refer us to people? So we've just used a combination of all the strategies, making sure that we still maintain our names, and we also network a lot. We go for networking events, talk about the publishing part at every opportunity that we can get. So I've learned over time that you can share your story. If you don't talk, if you don't tell people what you do, nobody would know. You would agree with me that a lot of people didn't know that I do this up until the ending of last year, the beginning of this year, because I was just quiet on Upwork doing my thing, gently, quietly. Nobody knew. So it was around November that I decided, thanks to my social media manager, and she kept saying we need to put, and there was no face, like we didn't do any media, or nobody knew who was behind the publishing part outside Upwork. So it was, and she kept saying, oh, you had to put a face to it so that people can know that there's a person around it. And
Yeah.
that's where we started the whole visibility. So again, you have to be visible. I can tell you that the result that we've gotten from November, when we decided to be visible, November last year till date, has been immense. It has been more than my imagination, and I'm just so grateful to God for how far He has brought us.
Yes. So I know that I tell people that, join us on this show, and those that'll be listening, when it is posted on YouTube, that this is not just a regular podcast. We're building a community where people learn. And I tell people that all the time when when I have the sessions with guests, I always have a pen. I write down things because it's a learning opportunity for people. I've just learned that for visibility, you need to have someone out there that is managing, the social media pages and all the marketing aspect of the business. And also, I know that if you don't know where you want to go to, you are not going to have a direction. And that's when your vision and your missions come
Mm-hmm.
in. Where do you want to see yourself? Where do you want to see your business? And how do you get there? And also to find your market is truly, truly important to know who your audience are.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I think you mentioned under promise and over deliver.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. It's truly beautiful. So please, I hope you're learning like me here. It's not just doing the talk, but also empowering myself and learning as well. Okay, now, so how important is networking? I know you mentioned attending networking events. I do that myself as well, and it'd be nice for people out there to show up out there, let people know what you're doing. If you don't tell your stories, how are people going to know what you are doing? So how important is networking and collaboration in this industry, and how have you leveraged on this relationship? You can skip the part of networking and maybe hone towards the direction of collaboration.
Oh, I would say like in every industry, networking and collaboration is life. It's the key. Because I would so one key experience that stands out for me in this journey is for a long time before an author would decide to work with me, they would say, I want to chat first. I want to see if you're the right person. And then all of a sudden I get somebody that says, send me the contract. I'm ready to go. And I'm like, hold on, where are you coming from? Don't you want to chat? And they're like, no, somebody spoke to me about you. I'm like, are
Think
you
the
sure? Like,
thing, yeah.
because that was my first time. And the person that spoke to me, that recommended me, it was through a networking event. So that's to say that networking brings you opportunities that on your own you can't get. Of course, it was a key moment for me because I'm like, hold on. So I've gotten to the level where people actually trust me, and they can recommend me, they can talk about me to their contacts. So networking is very key. It opens you up to opportunities. One of my top goals for this year was I was looking forward to having speaking engagements. It was through networking when I go for events. I'm like, oh, guys, I'm really open to speaking. I think I have a story. I want to inspire people. I want to share. And in March, I had two speaking engagements, which went beautifully well. The feedback was awesome. Again, I wouldn't have gotten those opportunities if I didn't network. And when it comes to collaboration in the work, I've had times where there was this time I spent almost 6 hours trying to solve one issue on a software that I was working with. I
Well,
remember my husband saying, go to bed, go and sleep. Maybe when you wake up, you'll be fresh in the mind. And just before I went to sleep, I just sent an email to somebody else in the industry. I'm like, this is the challenge I'm having. Have you experienced it before? Can you help? The next morning, like I tried their advice in 1 minute, when I was like, God of mercy, like I
uh-huh.
suffered for 7 hours for nothing. But that's to tell you what networking and collaboration can do. It's not a competition.
It's not. It's not.
We can all work together to achieve a goal. I have editors that have referred people to me. When they do the editing, they refer others to me for the publishing part of it. We all come together. It's collaboration. It's us working. What I'm not good at, I have people that ask me, do you do audiobooks? We don't do audiobooks currently. It's part of what we have in the works. But I have the contacts of people that I would say, go to this person. She does audiobooks.
Well,
The same way I have people that say, do you do translation? Again, something that we're working towards in our future goals. We don't currently serve it. And I say, oh, go to this person. I would ask things like that, collaboration, networking. It also helps you to learn, like know what's going on in the industry, because a lot of times you will have like changes going on. It may be one of your colleagues in the industry that will tell you of this change that came. Do you know this? And we change ideas. So it's really very important that you network and you collaborate from the standpoint of working together to achieve the common goal, and not from the competition part. She's doing the same thing with me. That's one of the things that I learned moving to this part of the world. Like, we all see ourselves like collaborators. We see ourselves as a team working together, even though we
mhm.
all do the same thing. But it was surprising to see that, and it's really been very wholesome and fulfilling.
Yeah. So collaboration is truly important in every walks of life. Truly important. You work as a team to achieve so much more,
Yes.
not competition. I know you did. Something struck me while you were talking regarding someone that has spoken about your business and more referral. I always tell people that word of mouth advertisement is the greatest form of adverts, and
Oh
it's
yeah.
free. So people see
Mhm.
what you're doing. They see.
They do.
So it just
Do.
takes one person to see you do, what's right, and they go out and say, "Oh no, I think you should call this person. She's gonna take
Mhm.
good care of you." It's
Mhm.
truly amazing when that is out there. Okay, I know that. However, things may seem rosy and all that, there are always those little challenges. So I'm going to be asking a few questions regarding how you overcome some challenges. So, what were some of the biggest challenges or setback you faced when starting out, and how did you overcome these challenges?
Oh my God. When I started out, I almost gave up 100 times.
Those
Like
challenges, yes, yes, yes.
I almost gave up 100 times, especially because I was trying to, enter a new market where people don't know who I am. I've gone on interviews where people ask me, where potential clients say, "Where are you from?" Even though I'm in Canada, you hear questions like, "What country are you? What's your main country?" And I say Nigeria, like, "Oh, I don't want to work with a Nigerian." You know,
This is
and I'm like,
crazy.
"Oh my
Oh
God."
no.
It's I submitted 66 proposals before I got the 67th person that said, "I want to try you."
Mm,
I almost
mm,
gave up at the 10th proposal, the 20, like at every stage. I just had, and again, I just want to, my brother is on the call, my family is on the call, everyone that has been supporting me, I can see them on the call, and I just want to say thank you. They kept me going. Like so many times, my husband would say, "Don't worry. When it happens, you too, you will know that it has happened." Because I'm like, I'm not
yeah,
doing it again. I'm not doing it again. Like, how would you
that's
say because I'm in Nigeria? And like, you don't judge the whole country, like everybody in the country
true.
because so it was really challenging to get that opportunity. And I think that a lot of new business owners would experience something similar. You know what you're doing, but nobody wants to give you the opportunity to really
Yeah.
show that you know what you're doing. And that's how it was for me. I didn't get that opportunity easy. I almost gave up a lot of times. And I'm very grateful that I had people that saw the future, even when I was going to give up, and they're like, "Just keep going. It's going to get better." But it was challenging in the beginning. Like
Yeah.
it was very challenging. And I had to do a lot of things. I had to enter with a price strategy. So I reduced my price to very low. I just wanted
Well,
somebody to
that's
give
yeah.
me an opportunity. So I was ready to even do free work, just let me try in this part, let me work for you, and you can see that I'm good, then next time I can say this is my price.
Mm,
And that's what I did at the end of time. I now reduced my price. I'm like, okay, just give me the opportunity to try. It was like I was practically begging to serve, when you have a passion and you just nobody's giving you the opportunity. So
I
but that's
totally
that's
feel you. I
that's
feel you on this.
so that was the stories. But I'm very, very thankful that I didn't give up. So, and I
Yes.
know that it's going to be like a lot of people will feel the same way. And I'm just hoping that my story inspires you not to give up. It's not going to be easy at the beginning. You may need to work double the time, use more effort than your colleagues and others in the industry. But when it gets better at a fast speed. That's what I've learned. After the first 67th proposal, it has been bam, bam, bam. Like it's been going and going, which I'm
That's
very
what
thankful for.
you want. Mhm. So
Hmm.
I know that all I see in this story you just spoken about is resilience. That's what I see. Not giving up, because then it's not the number of times you fall that counts. It is the number of times you get up and you push yourself to do more. Wow, this is truly inspiring, and I hope others are feeling what I'm feeling right here. And regarding the turn down because you're Nigerian, I have been there myself. I have felt that. It struck me real bad into my heart. Like it pierced me so bad. I'm like, wait, what the hell is going on?
You
Deal
know.
with me as an individual, not where I'm coming from. I've had one of the councillors at large in the city said to me, "Oh, Bridget, you are now Canadian. Your citizenship has changed. You're now a Canadian. So don't say the Canadians. You can change narratives. Keep pushing, keep doing, and things will work out fine." And so far, it's a journey. We move, we learn, and then when we fall, we get up and then we proceed with the journey because we know where we're going to. We need to be on that path and not forget that the path leads you to where you want to go to.
Exactly.
I know with all of these things, I know money, it's part of this as well. So I'm going to be touching light on financial considerations, right?
Hmm.
How did you secure the initial funding for your venture? I know you did mention that were more of pro bono jobs, just doing things for free just to be out there. But then again, what advice do you have, for people when it comes to funding for a venture?
I would always say that when you're raising funds, let your inner circle be where you go to first, like your friends, your families, your personal savings, because you don't want to start a business on a loan. As much as, for personally, that's my personal opinion. I tried not to start the business so that I don't start getting worried when I'm not making sales. I don't start becoming so pressured because I haven't gotten a client and I need to pay back the bills. I've
Mm.
taken loans and I know how it feels like. Nah, it's so if it's possible, I would say find, although this may apply more to service based businesses, but I would say find platforms where you can offer your service for free in code. You know what
Mm.
I mean? Like Upwork, for instance, I didn't have to have so much money to be on the platform. Of course, you would need to pay for like things like to send your proposals to clients, which are like
Mm.
$1 here, $1 there. Those monies you can raise among within yourself, and then when you get to a certain level, you could also start looking at grants, looking at fundings. Recently, I reached out to my sister and I did a proposal. I wanted to expand and I did a serious proposal because I had to explain to her why she has to invest in my business, even though she was family. It was
Oh no,
very,
we don't abuse the family
corporate.
relationship. Never,
No,
no.
we don't do family in business. Like I did it. I said you will get these, and I'll do
Yeah.
these. And she asked me questions. She drilled me for 2 hours. I'm like, at the point, I'm like, yeah, sister, yeah, why are you doing this to me? But I'm very grateful that she gave me that experience because she's the one that we would go to for the analytical part. So she wants
Yeah.
you to experience
Yes.
what it feels like to get that fund. So sometimes you could also look at your network, drop a proposal,
So
sell to them why they should invest in you. What are they going to get back in return? And you'll be surprised to see people that believe in you. When you will be on social media where you say, oh, somebody asked me for $5,000, they sold themselves. I gave them 5,000, I gave them 2,000, I gave them 1,000 because I was able to buy into their vision. And that comes with them selling their visions properly. You are able to show why the person should give you that money, you know. So I had to tell my sister, this is what I want to do. This is what I want. I want to expand the business. I want to invest in marketing. I want to, be able to serve people from all parts of the world, but I need visibility. So I need money
mm,
to build my website, enhance the, do all this.
yeah.
But in return, you're going to get this. So I'm not asking for free money. I'm not asking you to just dash me money or just give me money. No, I'm going to give you something back. So I'm going to work with you on your book. I'm going to work with you to create the books that is this value of money, and then like that. So that's what I would say. Look inside within yourself if you have any savings. If you can find platforms where you can show up and not have to spend so much, please do that. Even if you're selling physical products,
Mm.
you could go into a store and ask if you could display your goods there. Just at the beginning, you want to reduce cost as much as possible. Again, to reduce the pressure. There are pressures where you look at it and say, "Ah, this month I haven't made any sales." When I know that I'm not owing anybody, it makes it easier. Like I don't have
You
to
sleep
pay back.
peacefully.
Like
That's
nobody is
it.
chasing me. I can
Nobody
sleep and I will
will
not see somebody in my dream. Like, where's the money? You know, I'm
wake up.
very
You're sleeping. Wake
ah.
up.
You're
Yeah.
sleeping and you're owing me money. You're sleeping. How can you be sleeping when you're owing me money? Those
No.
kind of things. So
So
yeah,
it's truly encouraging, but I would also advise people in the direction of staying away from loans. It's a debt that hooks you here. Like truly, stay away from it. Start from within your family and friends. And if you're not trustworthy when it comes to finances, how then are they going to support you?
Mhm.
So people are seeing or watching what you are doing. When you mentioned reaching out to your sister and she said, okay, this is that. My brother is doing a venture, starting a venture in Nigeria, and he reached out to ask for fundings. He's a thorough person. And when he sent me the message and I put question mark in the chat, he goes, I know you and I'm ready. Check your email.
As it should
He
be.
gave me breakdown like everything he needs,
Mhm.
why he needs to get this. He even included the vendors where he was getting it from. I'm like, okay, any advice?
Mhm.
I'm like, okay, yeah, you've done a good job. Now I know how I can come in. It's you giving out that proposal, stating what and what you're going to provide. People
Mhm.
see that the what and the value. Trust me, everything comes back to you.
Yes.
So I know that in all of the pain, in all of the struggles, the setback, there's always a success story that comes in.
Mhm.
So, can you share a success story of a proud moment that stands out in your journey so far?
I would say that every book that I have published is a proud moment for me.
Ah,
I've had authors message me and say, Chisom, I'm crying. I can't believe I'm
oh
a published
no,
author.
oh
That is a
no,
proud moment for me. We made it happen. We worked together to make that happen.
whoa,
Every
whoa.
single book that I have worked on, it's like, so somebody took a chance on me. Somebody decided to allow me help them create
They
this book.
believe in you to do it
They
for them.
believed in me, and they gave me the, so at times some authors come to me and they say, I have a book to publish, and I ask them, do you want me to work with you? Do you want me to just take your book and or do you want me to make this book the best? And a lot of the times, all the time, I've had authors that say, Chisom, I want this book to be the best.
Yo,
And they trust me enough to work with them. So I take a book. I have authors that have come to me with a book. I'm like, this is good, but this is not the best that you can do. So let's make this book the best. And they give me that trust, that credibility. And by the time the book comes out and I see their text messages, I see their emails, it's a proud
mm,
moment for me. It's like,
it
you did
can
that,
imagine.
And I tell myself, what if I've given up few years, like last 2 years when people were asking me, I don't want to work with a Nigerian. This is a Nigerian doing something good. This is a Nigerian serving. So every single book that I have worked on, every single one of them are my proud moments.
Mm, whoa, whoa. This is truly inspiring. So, how does being nominated for Canada Top 100 fit into your journey, and what does this recognition mean to you personally and professionally?
Oh my God. Each time I think of the award, I'm always like, is it real? Like, did it happen? Like, it's, I'll just say that God answers prayers. As a Christian, for me, I pray about a lot of things. At the beginning of this year, I talked about how I prayed for speaking engagements. I also prayed for like global recognition. I had the skill, I had the passion, but if people didn't know me, it's as good as not having. So it's not about having an excellent product. It's who knows you,
Mm,
right?
yes, right.
This is the national recognition,
It
being recognized
is.
as top 100. My kids, every time now they hail me and they call me top 100. My sister, when she wants to look for my job, she will hail top 100. I'm like, be calling it. It's not easy. Just be hailing it. Let me
So
be going.
probably should add that as your name as well. Top 100.
Just call you because I'm very happy for the recognition. I'm very humbled. I'm very thankful to CIBWE for choosing me out of every other, out of all the hundreds that must have applied, choosing me as one of the 100 people that would get the award. It will help me reach more people. It will help more people know about my service, about the publishing part, about the work that we do. And if I'm going to say it, we do excellent work. I want to shout out to the team at the publishing part. Everybody's dedicated. Everybody, they're passionate about the authors. They're creating covers that stands out. They're editing the book very good. So I'm grateful. This award it's just the first step for us. It's just the first step for us to global recognition.
It is. I like that. So what aspect of your work or achievements do you think contributed to this nomination?
All the work that we do in the publishing part, everything that we do in the publishing part, and thankfully I've worked with authors that do not just you do work for them and they're silent. They're always eager to speak about what we do. So we're not
Yeah.
the ones hooting our horns. We have people that will come and say Chisom is. I've had mentions on LinkedIn even when I didn't expect it. I didn't ask them to do that, but they did that. So people are watching. Like you said, people are watching, and that's one thing I always tell my girls: whatever
It,
you do, people are watching. Whether you think that it's a small thing, it's a big thing, people are watching. I've had a client that comes back to say, oh, my friend wanted to do something, and I told him that I have somebody that can handle his book. I never worked with a friend directly. The friend
uh,
said, if you I will leave you to handle this thing with this person, and they came back to me and said, I'm working on behalf of my friend. That's the work we do. I've had a
yeah,
lot of those experiences where people come on behalf of their friends to work with me because when they worked with me the first time, or when they worked with us the first time, it was beautiful. They had a good experience. So all this works, and when we put it out again, speaking out, sharing. If you don't tell your story, somebody may tell it in the wrong way. If you don't tell your story, somebody may tell it in a way that is not the
mm,
truth,
it
in a
is
way that
your
doesn't.
story. You got
It's
to
your
share it
story
right.
to tell. So that's why I said from November till now, when I decided to show up on social media, it's been awesome. Sometimes I'll chat my siblings or Emmanuel or my husband, I'll say, "Oh my God, it's not easy to show up. Like this life of business owner. Everybody tell me that it's like this." I was not informed.
It's not a better rules.
They
Don't
didn't
wait.
tell me because I'm sleeping. I'm thinking of content.
Mm-hmm.
I'm resting. I'm thinking of content. But it all pays off at
It
the
is
end of the
hard.
day, right? And
Yeah.
that's what they are saying. So it's not like it's rosy. It's not like it comes. You pick it up on the ground, but
Yeah.
the work you're doing will speak for you.
Yeah. It's
People are watching. Just make sure
so
that you're
people
putting out the
watching.
good one.
Yes. Thanks once more for those that are joining. Thank you. So I'm just going to go straight to the comment sections and read out some few stuffs that are there. Someone said, what has challenged you the most in setting up your company? She has addressed that. So when you speak about collaboration, someone said healthy collaboration is very important. I agree 100%. Where you did mention 67 time and some whoa, like that amazement, thank you so much, thank you so much, thank you so much, thank you. So BBPI, Black Business Professionals in New Brunswick, I got the chat says spot on. The onus lies on all of us immigrants to be an ambassador to rewrite the negative impression and stereotypes that some individuals from company of origin have painted. Yes, I have been there repeatedly. Okay, so Star Girl, someone said, yay, top 100, and many more to come. So, okay, so if you're joining us now, I just want to say that today's topic is on building a successful business, strategies, and lessons learned. And Chisom has been amazing all along. I'm truly inspired and I'm taking down notes and I'm learning. It's a learning process for me as well. Thank you, Chisom. I do appreciate all of the effort and the storytelling and all the learnings that I am learning, and I hope others are learning alongside as well. So, with all of this, looking forward, what are your future goals in your business or for your business?
So our main goal is to be the number one book publishing company in the world. But let's start with North America. Let's before we go that far, let's start with North America. So number one in North America is the goal. And for that, we are looking at doing a lot of changes are coming up in the future. We are
Mm,
going to be adding the audiobooks production. So we need a studio. We're going to have the recording part, everything in it. We're also going to add the translation service. We've had a lot of our authors ask us every time, I want to write my book in Spanish, I want to do French, and we didn't use the other that, like I said, I usually would recommend them to somebody else. But our goal now for the next 6 months to 1 year is to include that in our service. However, the only thing is we're vetting again, just like we vet the other people that we work with in the team. We're vetting to be sure that the translators that we work with understand the book industry. It's one thing to translate for articles, it's another thing to translate for books. So that's
mm,
one thing that we're working on. Also, one thing that is gold to my heart and key to me is to create an education program for authors, where we aim them with the knowledge, the tools they need to improve their writing, to help them understand what works in the publishing industry and how to market their book. And I'm currently working on that. Working on that with a lot of people. Thankfully, again, collaboration. It's in the works where we're just working on having how can we empower authors to write beautifully, to understand what their readers are hoping to get. Sometimes you write from your knowledge, but is it something that the readers want to see? Is it something that they want to learn? Is that what they're looking for? That's what this program is going to be. And it's really very key. Like, it's an immediate need for me. I've spoken with a lot of authors and I know that this would be an appreciated initiative. So that's
will
our
be.
current work right now.
I would say, well done, Chisom. Well done. This is great and insightful, to put it out there to also provide support for those that are looking, to publish books. It's not about that competition. It is that collaboration that breeds such spirit. Well done, Chisom. How do you see the publishing industry like evolving in the next few years, and how are you preparing for these changes? Things are changing every day.
Everywhere. I'll set some changes that we anticipate. Before now, when I first started, we would say that print books are more common. People wanted to have physical books. But right now, we're seeing
Mhm.
digital transformation take over. We're
Yeah.
seeing ebooks becoming more popular than print books. We're seeing audiobooks. I've reached out to a couple of people. I'm currently writing my book, and I'm like, I would like it to be my beta reader. And they go, "Oh, do you have an audio book?" I'm like, "Wait, the book is not even published yet." you know. Well,
So
that's where the industry
there's
is
a need
moving.
for that aspect. Well, I think you mentioned that you're gonna there's a
Oh
need for
yeah,
it and you start actioning
there is a need for audiobooks. More people, they will tell you, oh, how people. It's the world is getting so busy. Like it's like we don't even have enough time in the hand.
it.
So the printed copy carrying books around is not getting, it's getting less popular. People are going more for like audiobooks.
Yes.
We are also, like I said, we're already working on including that in our package, getting set up, having the studio space where our authors can either come in to record themselves, or
Mm.
we find a suitable voice that meets their need, things like that. It's in the work. So that's one thing. We also have seen that the number of people who are looking to be self-published is growing. So what that means is in the public, we have different three types of publishing. So you either do a traditional publisher, that you find the traditional publishers to carry your book. They will do all the work for you. They will own the rights to your work.
Oh wow.
That's the traditional publisher. We have the hybrid. Let me talk about the then we have the self-publishing, where you do all the work. You find all the experts to edit it, to do everything, but you keep your work. You have the copyright. You own your work. Nobody's taking that from you. Then you have the hybrid, which is a combination. It gives you the benefit of the traditional publisher in the sense that you're published by an expert. However, you enjoy the benefit of self-publishing, which means that you own the right to your work, and which is what we do at the publishing part. We support both self-publishers and those looking for hybrid publishing. Those are the two current types of publishing that we offer at the Publishing Part Incorporated. We give them, and the more we go, we see more people are moving towards self-publishing because authors want more control over their work, and they also want to enjoy better royalties. They don't want to share their royalties as bad as they share when it comes to
All the royalties.
traditional,
That
yeah.
was okay. Hmm.
And another thing we see again is more people are now going into looking for books that combine different multimedia aspects, the ones that have video, audio, and other digital enhancements in just one book, which is key. The industry is preparing little by little to move to that channel. Again, we're also working on that. We're already speaking with people, with the tech guys, to see how we can, be ready for when this change comes. So, and then we have the sustainability, of course, making sure that your practices are environmental friendly and all that. So those are the few things I would say currently is going on.
So in as much as we're waiting for the changes, the question comes back for are we ready for those changes? This is truly insightful. Thank you. So any advice for business owners? Like what would you have done differently? Like an advice to yourself of 20 years, like if you were 20, what advice would you give yourself?
I would say again, my top advice always is the resilience part. It would not always come easy. Don't give up. I think I've had people, even other freelancers on Upwork, chat me and say, how did you get here? They tried and it didn't work, and so they give up. It's not easy anywhere. To build a business is not easy anywhere. But what separates one group from the other is whether you give up or not. Did you remain? And while you're being resilient, please learn. Please grow. Continuous learning is key. So the way I was when I go for meetings 2 years ago, it's not the me that go for meetings this today. You know what I mean? Like I know more. So the more you know, the more confident you become, right? So when I go on meetings, we are doing ourselves a favor. We are beneficial to each other.
Yes.
Not that you are doing me a favor by choosing
So,
me. I'm bringing a service to you. I'm serving you. You're also, you're benefiting from the product.
mhm.
But all this comes from how much you know. If you don't know so much about what you're offering, you you can't present it. And the truth is, you can tell when somebody isn't very sure whether they can do what they say they can do, right? So continuous learning is, for me, it's very key, and especially as business owners, you want to stay on top trends. You want to be sure of what is changing in your industry. So I'm always reading. I'm always asking people, is there any new thing? Has Amazon done anything again? What's going on? What did Amazon change? What have they? Because every day they're always changing something. There's something always changing. And I don't want the
Something
client to
very
come and tell
serious.
me, oh, you didn't know that this happened. It shouldn't come from the client. It should come from me telling them that this happened,
You
and that
need to be
comes
on
from
top of the game when it comes to, information.
exactly. And please collaborate. It's really not a competition.
It's not.
It's
Yeah.
really not a competition. That's one key thing that I have learned. You don't know who can help you tomorrow.
People forget that life is a journey. You climb the ladder. Be kind to people you meet. Support them.
Mhm.
God forbid you fall down the ladder. You don't help anybody climb. It's a straight fall for you down to the ground. But when you support, those hands are there to support you from that fall. Is there anything else you'd like to share with our listeners that we haven't covered?
So also the only other thing is please utilize social media. Show up, post. Don't be in your house and think that we know what is in your heart. We don't. Show up. You know, I would say that one time I had a post that I did in when I first started posting on social media in November. Again, like I said, I didn't used to have like any likes, and so I always felt very discouraged. But somehow I just thought I would just continue. And I've had clients, potential clients that turned client, call me like 2 months, 3 months down and say that post you made, I want to, and then they refer you to the post that you
Ah,
thought didn't have likes,
the
comments.
success,
So
yes.
I'm like, so apparently it's not even about the likes, it's not about the comments, it's not about the people are seeing it. But you know how we all see things on social media and we swipe up.
Absolutely.
When we need it, we'll go and find it back. There's so many times I need something. I'm like, I saw something like this. I
Oh,
start searching
no.
for it, and then I reach out. But I didn't engage with it, right? So
Wow.
that's again what we need to know as business owners and content creators. Don't work with those things are vain metrics, in my opinion. They are not what counts. What counts is, are you making sales? Are you moving? I've had a lot of people contact me about what I post, but they did not comment on the post.
No,
So you
that's
are
it.
looking at the post and you're thinking, oh, she's not getting engagement. But back end, something is working. Things are going on. So please utilize social media, share your story, be there, post. If
Yeah,
nobody, like when I first started, my strategy was, I've always in quote been like a private person, which was why it took me almost a year plus to show up on social media. Like I didn't used to like it, but I knew that that's where the world is moving. Again, being able to adapt. So what I did, and we've seen so much toxicity on social media that I didn't want to be like. It was like I'm not ready for this. So what I did was most times I would just post, and I'll close my app. Like I don't want to see anything that somebody says. Let me just run before somebody spoil my spirit. So find a style that works for you, but show up and just
yeah,
know that it's you, regardless of what anybody thinks, regardless of what is said. Utilize social media. There's still good in it. A lot of good is coming out of it.
yeah,
It was from showing up that I got interviewed by a newspaper house February this year. Big things are happening where you show up. So that's what I would use to close today.
yeah. Yeah. So I agree with that 100%. So it's showing up is truly important. I'm lazy when it comes to, the social media spaces as well, but I know it's out there. Sometimes I feel nobody's, like my posts are not engaging, but then you find someone send you a message like, but you didn't like it, but then again, as far as the person has message, that is you engaging and touching
Hmm.
something out. And I was surprised at the request. And can you talk about how we can get doctors? Doctors where? I'm not a doctor. Do I know? Hey, I know some doctors. I said, okay. I cannot promise. I don't know, but I'll see what I can do. Maybe to get a doctor to come be a guest.
Hmm.
Insightful advice on how you can get doctors and maneuver the medical or health system there. So, where can the audience find out more about your work and connect with you online? Though I will be posting out picture, I'll be posting out your handle, which I already have in previous posts, and also your personal handle as well, so they can reach out to you and ask questions that are useful. But is there any other way they can? Is there any other place they can find you just to connect with you?
Yes, our website address is www.thepublishingpad.com. And you can always email us at info@thepublishingpad.com at any time if you have any questions. Of course, we have my social media handles. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So you can find us on anyone that works for you.
Okay, I hope you all have heard that. Thank you so much. So the beautiful African girl, thanks for joining. Well done. Please, who is the Unwrap? There's somebody on Wrap that was truly engaging today. Unwrap.ng.
That's Arim Togun.
Okay, so sometimes what we do, we like to encourage people for showing up and being active. So on Wrap, you've won a $20 Amazon gift card. So please send me a message. Send me a message on how you can redeem that. Congratulations. Please support the community we're building by subscribing to our YouTube channel at Life with Bridget. Don't forget to follow, to like, to share us on Instagram, at Facebook, Life with Bridget. We're building a community. We have to support people, share so people that are out there wondering what the hell is going on can learn and pick some valuable insights from all of these interviews. Thank you for taking out time out of your busy schedules to show up on the podcast, Chisom. I'm grateful. A big thanks to everyone who tuned in today. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll see you soon. Auntie Bumi, I see you. Hi. Light on. Thank you. I can see you. Thank you so much. Thanks to everyone. Ima, I think you owe me a bottle of wine. I've called them repeatedly today. Chisom, call him. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Bridget. Bye.